It's April 2nd. Yesterday was Easter. I finally got a chance to come out here and camp. Spring has officially started. Tour de Flanders is going on, if you're into bike racing. All the signs for spring are here except for the weather. It was cold this morning. I don't know, mid-30s. Frost was on the windshields. It was a cold ride out here. And to top it all off, I've been sick the last few days. So I'm drinking a little bit of tea. Hopefully help my throat. There might not be a whole lot of talking in this video. Hoping to stay out here for 2 nights. There's some rain coming in tonight and possible thunderstorms tomorrow. So we'll see how all that goes. So that brings a good point to rule number 1 when you're solo camping. Always let someone know where you're at. So I'm only about 5 miles away from home. My wife knows where I'm at. I got a cell phone, I got extra batteries. So if things get too crazy, I'll have to call it and have her pick me up. But I'm going to try to ride it out. At least into tomorrow afternoon, we'll play it by ear. So priorities at work right now. I'm going to get a fire going because it's not too bad right now, but it's going to get chilly pretty quick. I'm going to sip my tea, and then in a little bit, I'm going to make lunch. Today's lunch is Backpacker's Pantry Hawaiian-style rice with chicken. Chicken rice, pineapple, and vegetables in a ginger teriyaki sauce. So we'll see how that goes. It sounded pretty good. Alright, so I think I'll get that fire going now. So these things are really convenient to have. To bring with on these kind of trips. They're lightweight, easy to carry. Made in Colorado, so made in the USA. It's pretty cool. Best by August 8th, 2024. Now it is for this is supposed to be for 2 people. So it's 310 calories, which isn't too bad if you're out riding. And again, super easy to make. Just boil some water, 2 1/4 cups. Throw it in here and stir. Don't eat that. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Let everything rehydrate. Well, either use way too much water, or this stuff's supposed to be like a soup. Set in the back here at 2 1/4 cups of boiling water. But see, probably a little too much. I don't think this was supposed to be a soup. Hawaiian-style rice with chicken. Yeah, so if I made this again, I'd probably use maybe 1.5 cups of water. But it is really good. It's I don't taste a whole lot of ginger, which is fine because I'm not huge into ginger. But it's definitely got a really good sweetness to it. Pineapple chunks taste really good. The chicken's just like any other freeze-dried meat. It's a little spongy. And the chunks are really small in here. So hard to even, really honestly, hard to even tell that there's chicken in here. But, hey, it's still good. It's real good. I'd get it again. So I'm enjoying a Halls after lunch mint. Nice vapor action. Making another tea, and something that I didn't really think about was it being so cold that my supper is still rock hard frozen. So I'm going to set that out, and hopefully it thaws out enough that I can at least get it out of the packaging and cook it. I'm not even sure I needed to bring a cooler on this trip. But for supper, it's going to be some pub burgers, dessert, and some spent grain cookies. Talk about more about them later. So I'm going to drink some tea, and of course this wouldn't be a Lost 13 video without some shots of me reading. And in a little bit, we'll talk about rule number 2 for camping. One of the few advantages of working swing shift is getting weekdays off. And one of the things I love about solo camping, the main reasons I do it, is I'm able to get out here and just enjoy some peace and quiet and relax. It's, the hectic lives that we live is not always something you get. So it looks like the sun's trying to make an unscheduled appearance, which is pretty nice. The actual temperature hasn't changed much since lunch, but just seeing the sun come out and everything kind of lighten up, it feels warmer. I know it's a mental thing. So rule number 2 for camping is to bring more food than you think you can eat, and definitely more water than you think you can drink. Even when it's cold out like this, it's important to have water. So rule 2A, kind of a sub-rule, is bring plenty of beer too. There's nothing worse than running out of beer when you're miles away from anywhere you can get it, or on a bike where it's not super easy to go get a case of beer somewhere. One of my camping trips with my brother, when we went to Fern Cliff, we ran out. It was pretty horrible. So what I'm drinking here is Agave Wheat by Breckenridge. They make one of my favorite beers. It's a vanilla porter. It's great. And you can also get their vanilla porter on nitrogen. They make a chocolate orange stout on nitrogen. It's really good. This agave I first had in Florida, and it's more of a summer beer. It's light, crisp, clean taste, a little bit of sweetness to it. Agave as a sweetener, I've never much enjoyed. There's a place to go to every now and then. They put agave in their Bloody Marys. It's gross. But agave, using in a brew and being fermented, is really good. It adds kind of a sweetness and a clean, crisp taste to the beer. It's really good. Alright, so what I'm cooking here is what I'm calling pub burgers. It's half beef and half pork. And then I'll be topping these burgers off with some beer cheese spread. That's homemade. In fact, if you want to learn how to make the beer cheese spread, check out lost13.com. Also, the recipe for these pub burgers will be on my Facebook site. Sun's starting to go down. I think it'll be dark. Another hour, hour and a half. I can already feel the temperature dropping. Hopefully I have enough wood. I kind of slacked on finding enough. I'm still up in the air whether I'm going to stay tomorrow. I'm going to have to build this fire up. Stay warm tonight. This is pretty good. The beer cheese spread on it is what makes the difference. And a little different in my normal recipe. I threw a jalapeno into the mix with this, just one jalapeno, and the flavor really goes a long ways with it. All right, for dessert, some spent grain cookies. They're tasty, and you take down quite a few, and still feel relatively guilt-free. They're mostly healthy. I mean, there's some brown sugar in them. In fact, they're almost a little too healthy. I think if I made them again, I'd throw some chocolate chips in them. If you want to see how they're made, you go to lost13.com or check out my YouTube channel, YouTube Lost13. I think I'll spend the rest of the night watching my favorite television program, Fire. So I've been sitting here for a while, debating whether to step outside the tent or not. It's been raining off and on since around midnight last night. Fairly light rain. It's not too horrible. If I was feeling better, it probably wouldn't bother me that much. The coldest it got last night was 23, but once the rain came in, it started warming back up. And I think we're close to 40 now. And hopefully in a couple hours it'll be even warmer. But there's a cold breeze blowing. Oh, it's chilly. So I gotta convince myself to get out of this tent. At least to make some coffee. So I don't know how long I'm going to stay today. I'm definitely not staying the night. I feel pretty lousy. Last night, most of the night, my nose was running like a faucet. But the rain, I don't know, there's, looking at the radar, there's bits of it coming in. 50% chance all day. Right now, it doesn't feel too bad. My hands are cold, that's about it. So what I like to do is stay till lunch, and then maybe pack up and head out of here. We'll see how it goes. It is still supposed to warm up. I think a high of 50 today. So really, temperature isn't too bad. So normally I bring my AeroPress and make ground coffee. But Black Rifle Company just come out with these instant coffee. It's kind of neat. It looks like an MRE packaging. Actually, the box that came in looked like an ammo can. So I'm going to give these a try, particularly for later on this year. I want to do a longer trip with some of my buddies, and my rule of thumb is the longer distance I'm going, the lighter I want to pack. So like my big chair back there, I don't bring that on the long trips. I actually have 2 mats I'm sleeping on. I'd only bring 1 for a long trip. Possibly not even bring the trailer. So instant coffee's another one of those convenient things. It's lightweight, easy to make. You just got to boil some water and throw it in there. I kind of like those Mountain House meals and the Backpackers Pantry meals. It's just a nice lightweight kit to carry. And after the coffee's done, I think I'm going to relax and have a cup. And then later on, I'm going to make some eggs and bacon for breakfast. Maybe get the fire going. I covered my wood with my trailer, so it should stay dry. Alright, bacon's done. I'm cooking up some eggs in the bacon grease. It was brought to my attention by some co-workers that in some of my cooking videos I struggle getting the meat off the grate or whatever I'm cooking on. So I finally got me a spatula. It was recommended I get one. And it's plastic, but I haven't had any issues with it. It hasn't melted yet. I used it yesterday right over the fire and using it today. So thank you, Mr. Loomis, for the recommendation. You can never go wrong with eggs and bacon for breakfast. Eggs, bacon, and coffee. So the rain's been off and on all morning. Mostly a mist, but it just started coming down pretty steady. So I retreated to the tent. I figured I'd take the opportunity to go ahead and pack up my gear. I'm determined to stay out here till lunch, though. So there's quite a bit of rain still coming in. But I'm hoping there'll be a break in it around lunchtime. I'm going to eat and ride home. So my only waterproof camera is this Kodak Sport. Someone has switched it for the rest of the filming. I've had this thing for quite a few years and it's held up pretty good. I can't complain too much about it. So what I got here is a homemade Hot Pocket. It's a little bit more charred than I would like, but that's how it is cooking on a fire. Can't exactly control the heat. So I made barbecue chicken, shredded it, and then put it inside a Pillsbury pie crust. Cooked it in the oven, and then wrapped it up in foil and froze it until I was ready for camping. It's turned out pretty good. It's the only second time I've tried making something like this. So I'm going to finish up lunch, finish packing up the rest of the gear. Basically all that's left is the tent, which I think I'm just going to stuff into my trailer and let it dry out a different day. I think I'll sit around for another hour or so, let the fire burn out, and then head home.